United Democratic Party still has that internal infighting?
I don't understand. What internal infighting?
Is there is the UDP at 100 where it's supposed to be, or the issues with with some of the members who are calling out the UDP's leadership and so forth?
There's no. You see the way you frame that question. I don't appreciate it, Mr. Aiden.
Okay.
Because internally we are fine.
Okay.
It is two people, which I won't call their names, that are just blubbering a lot of nonsense,
Okay.
and one in particular, and he has the freedom to express and say whatever he wants, but under the leadership of the Honorable Tracy Tega Panton, the UDP has been inclusive.
Okay.
We have tried to steer the ship towards a new direction,
Mm-hmm.
welcoming not only older heads but also young people. They have a lot to contribute.
Okay.
A different leadership style, a different way of seeing things or approaching things.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, I could know I'm within, and there's no problems with amongst
Yeah.
us. Our objectives are very clear. We're here to work for the Belizean people, and right now we're doing our opposition's job, and we will
Mm-hmm.
continue doing it to the very best of our ability. And I know when the next municipal election comes around, which is next year in March,
Next year, March 3rd to be exact, 2027.
not only do we plan to take most of the municipal seats, but here in San Pedro, we do expect to have regained
Mm.
the town council.
When do you intend to actually present? I know that one of the councillor candidates, my good friend Jorby, yeah, I saw it done. My good friend Jorby Bijil, his name is out already as a councillor candidate for the United Democratic Party. When will the UDP actually be going public and saying this is the team for 2027?
We're live now.
Yes,
on Facebook.
yes.
So for those who just tuned in, good morning San Pedro. Good morning Kikaker. We appreciate you guys tuning in, staying in. As you know, you guys were having
Yes.
some internet issues, but I'm glad to see that we're back
Yes,
on
we're
Facebook
back.
because
Yes.
there's a big chunk of people that watch us.
I'm
through
telling you,
Facebook.
and the good thing about this is that during the course of the day you can share it. You can go back and you can watch it. And Dan will be posting the first part of our program as well on the internet as well. But coming to my question, Senator, when can we expect the UDP to make that announcement that so many people have been waiting for?
We do have our slate already. We've sorted that out, but it's all about the timing.
Hmm.
But rest assured that that will be coming out very, very soon, sooner than people expect.
Do the UDP have an actual office where they can meet you, where they can make an appointment to see you? I know that that the months of July and August are coming online, and those are big, important months in politics because those are the only 2 months where people can actually transfer from one constituency to the other.
We don't have an office.
Mhm.
Some people come and meet me at my business office, or we set up to either have lunch or coffee,
Okay.
but I do make myself available. People can always stop me on the road if I'm walking or whatever.
Mm.
But I do make myself available to those who want to see me or talk to me.
Okay. Is there plans in the near future that maybe you will want to open an office?
I think there's some more important things that need to be addressed. I'm not gonna get into all the details, but we're
course.
trying to build a solid base, and I think
Mhm.
that is our priority, so that we be fit and ready for election. We're trying to ensure that we have all the tools to go into not only a municipal election but the general election as well.
It will continue. Whatever
Yes.
happens in March, it will be continuity after that. gearing up and leading to what will be the general elections.
And to add to it, Mr. Aiden,
Mhm.
if I was to rent an office, what it's 2,000.
Yes.
The way I see it, it's I could use 2,000 for other community events or outreach
Mhm.
programs, which I've been doing. For those who follow me on Facebook, have been seeing. So I don't think it's having an office is as important as
I
the
hear
public
you.
outreach.
Very good. Likewise, if you can give me a little hint of what the slate will be like, you must have some men and women who have told you know what, Senator, I have interest, I want to put my name, and you more or less the UDP do have an idea as to who will be the slate. Can you give us a little preview, if I may say, of what the slate will represent?
The slate will represent not your typical politicians. It will be your friend, your co-worker, your neighbor, and for the most part, those who have never had a life in politics. This is not politics for us. This is about serving the people. And so when we went through that process, we ensured that we had people with integrity um, who also stand a good chance to be able to not only win but to represent the people well. One of the things I've been saying is that when we win the municipal election and when we win the general election, it's not about waving a party flag. We want to wave a Belizean flag. It will signal a change that we're no longer coming in to serve those who are loyal to a particular party. Doesn't matter what party you find yourself aligned with. We're here to serve the Belizean people, and that is what we're standing for.
Election day, we fight it among political parties. After the last ballot is counted and the winners are announced, it's service to the Belizean people, as you're rightly mentioning.
Me and you know that, but does that happen?
It should be that way. It
Should.
should be that way. And Senator, likewise, I know because I've known you, I've worked with you, I've walked the streets with you, so I can attest to this that you are someone that has an open door policy for anyone. Any person here in San Pedro wants to speak to the senator, they can do so.
Indeed, and I've not only done that, but I think when I took on this role again, the leadership role here for Belize Rural South, one of the main things I focused was to try to be inclusive. It didn't matter if you have served in another party or what's not. We welcome everyone. We welcome our UDPs who once left us for whatever reason. If you feel that the party has done you wrong, I've went and tried to make those amends. And up to today, I still stand and I say, we ready to work. If you represent another party and you feel that your party is not doing, which is to represent the people and represent them well, I welcome you. We're here for one vision, one goal,
Okay.
which is, again, and I'll say it over and over all the way through. We're here to represent the Belizean people. For me, it's about San Pedro, Hikaka.
Senator, 2027 will be very crucial. Municipal elections, and I know that it will be a big test for you as caretaker. It will be a big test for the party leader, the Honorable Tracy Tiga Panton. What are we looking at from now? We're entering June now. We're going into June, leading all the way to March. What can we expect from the United Democratic Party here in San Pedro? What will the timeline be looking like? When are you? Well, you said that very soon it will be presented. It's going to be more than likely an endorsement convention. When are we looking at that endorsement convention coming up and forward and going into March of 2027?
So first off, we will be introducing our candidates, like I
Okay.
said, very very soon.
Like when we say soon, now when? More or less. Give me one lead time frame right there.
By next month. By next month, that should be out.
That's good. That's
Next
soon.
month.
That is soon.
Uh, in addition to that, we do have some outreach programs that we have already planned long before. Every month or every other month, we try to do something within the community. But this will be a great um, opportunity for those candidates to show their service to the people.
Mhm.
For us, it's very simple. Just to do the work. Do the work.
Yeah.
We can block as much as we want, but I think it's important for us to actually follow it through with actions.
Yeah.
And that's what we plan to do all the way through the municipal elections.
The voting block here in San Pedro is big. It's 9,000 plus, and after July and August, possibility of 500 more voters. I don't know. I might be wrong, but usually that's the number after transfer of electors. Your campaign, Senator, will be the old school campaigning, meeting the electorate face to face, talking to them, knocking on doors, or are we seeing a new type of campaigning via internet?
See, we for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's trying all approaches.
Okay.
It cannot be one and forget the other.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So we still have some older folks that they would appreciate that visit, or just people in general. There are some people that appreciate that one-on-one conversation.
Yes.
And there are other people who are busy at work and don't have a lot of time, but they have their cell phone. And if it's a 1 minute video that we can show them, we
Mhm.
do plan to do that approach as well. So we'll try them all.
A combination of everything that, as long as you reach the electorate out there. And you've been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing that because I've been following you, Senator. I've been following your programs. I on Wednesday nights I sit down and I watch it because I want to be informed, and I follow you very closely. Your presentations on the Senate, and I may say very impressive. Very impressive. You have not. I remember when you asked me, for an advice, and then we sat down, we spoke. No me has dejado mal. You've done what needed to be done, and I applaud you for the good work that you have been doing. But politics it doesn't end there. It's continuous, and I know that you've been doing the job, meeting the electorate, talking to them, listening to them. What are some key issues that are popping up that that you would want to highlight this morning and put out there? This is what the electorate they're clamoring for.
Are you asking me on a local level or a national
Local
level?
level.
Because there's too many
Yes,
to
they're,
mention.
on the local level. Let's talk about the local level. I know that the national level will have a lot of time to talk about the national issues as well.
There's a lot, and one of the main things that I always say, it cannot be that you support a party
Mhm.
that allows what is currently happening in this time and age in this country.
Yes.
But let's focus here in San Pedro and in Kikaker, corruption being one of the top ones. Also, the environment. And the most important thing, that connection with people. I could go into details in each one.
Do you listen that people are saying that I'm not seeing my representatives?
I don't have to say it. I mean, if you watch the news, just I believe it was last night or the night before, you know, it is being said over and over and over again,
Mm.
and that simply cannot happen. That cannot happen because you cannot lose that connection with the people. For you to understand what is happening within your community, you need to have connection with the people. And when I talk with the people, I don't mean just your party supporters
In
or
general,
specific
in general,
people,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
you have to have them with
Yeah.
all types of people within the community. You know, even from the the person who picks up the garbage or rakes the beach, all the way through a business owner. Cannot be that you're just meeting a specific sector of people and forgetting the rest. When those are the majority, and those are the ones who want to be heard.
I'm hearing you, and I'm listening to you, and um, households they have on the dinner table, they talk about politics, talk
Mm-hmm.
about politics and issues that are affecting the community, locally here and nationally. Do you think, Senator, that the decision of the electorate come March 3rd, 2027 will be based twofold on local issues and national issues?
It's both. It's both. Because you see, you cannot ignore what is happening on a national level. And when we talk about corruption, we cannot only focus it locally. It starts from the top, from the head, all the way through the bottom. When you have a prime minister who overpriced a business, the business is outdated, and yet because of the position that he holds, the public purse that he controls, he tries to sell it to the Belizean people for what? For a quick hustle. That speaks of the volume of the type of leadership we have in this country. When you have an area representative that ignores the very same thing that he spoke against, but yet instead of assuming responsibility, he keeps blaming the past. 6 years ago, it's his leadership right now. How can you keep making excuses for these people? 10 years from now, is he still gonna keep saying the past administration? Huh? People don't want to hear that. He asked for the job. He was given the opportunity to lead. Then he needs to tighten his belt, change the direction he's going. Because the way it's going right now, man, I'm quite disappointed. As you know, I don't come from a political background. If you go back through my Facebook page and I challenge people, you would see the direction I headed back in 2020. But I'm quite disappointed, and I stand today now representing the United Democratic Party because I've went through the history. When people talk about PUP and UDP are the same, that is not true. I've done my research, I've looked at things objectively, ignoring the propaganda. I look at the facts. Judge Price era, the vision that he had for Belize is not what this PUP government is doing for the Belizean people. It is not. And then you have those who say one thing in the public domain but do the opposite behind closed doors. All for what? People getting tired of that.
Yeah.
My leadership, I'll tell you, under my leadership, things will be different. Because if we don't do things differently, we won't have an island very soon. I can't change the world overnight. I cannot do that. But under my ministry, or whatever portfolio I'm awarded or given to manage, I will ensure I do it to the best of my ability. Something I've been doing from day one.
Okay.
When I was given senatorship, I know a lot of people had their doubts. But I've proven myself over and over and over and again.
You're one of the youngest senators there,
The youngest in parliament, yes, both in the lower house and upper house.
The youngest senators there. Will we open the telephone line if people want to call in and join in the conversation? If you have a question for Senator Gabriel Cetina, you can do so. Let me put my Dan. We need to fix this, you know.
I forgot to do that.
625-1406. If you want to join in and join the conversation, because I believe it's healthy when we discuss, when we talk about the issues that we're talking about. And this is spoken on a daily basis, you know, Senator. One of the things that I hear every day, well, you know, all of us know, is the high cost of fuel and the goods that have been going up. You know, it's been tough, and it continues to be tough for us, especially here on the island. You know, especially here on the island. Yes. Good morning, caller.
Morning, morning.
Yes. Go ahead.
Morning, Eden. Senator, proud of you, bro.
Thank you. Good
I
morning.
saw you grow up. One, I agree with what you said about the island. If we don't have a good leader for the island is going into a different direction. What we see on the island, we have a lot of foreigners coming to the island. And we need to stop giving out permits. We need to stop all this dredging. We need to do a whole lot on the island. And me as a tour guide, and so are my colleagues, are against this. The island depends on tourism. On tourism, we need to protect it. So yes, we hope you do what you will say you will do whenever you become a minister. But again, all the past they said the same thing, and as they get in power, they change. So hopefully you don't follow that path. Once again, good to see you, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much, Carla. And you said a little while ago that you would do things differently. You would work differently.
The number one thing, you see, this thing about the dredging, um, like for example, silver palms. Is it silver palm called?
I think so. So it
Yes.
has one of those names
They
there.
did PPP or some other environmental studies, or what was it, LPP? The point is, the limited liability studies, or it's LLES, limited liability environmental studies, and they didn't do any public consultation.
I don't recall any consultation for that one there. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Eden. This Mr. Abner Bakab. Good morning to the Senator Zetina as well, no?
Good morning.
Morning, Abner.
I was I tuned in a bit late, but I just heard he was talking about something, no? Talking about the Silver Palm development, no? I would just like to ask him if he knows who is the party that gave the lands to these people as land compensation. It is the UDP. This land could have been used for people here in San Pedro, would have benefited people that don't have a piece of land, no? So that is one point. I would like to hear his answer.
Yes. I'm hearing you.
That's the question that you have, right?
To the answer from the senator and what he has to say on that subject, no?
All right. Okay. Thank you, Abner.
So yes, I've heard that already. That apparently the Minister of Natural Resources at the time had worked out a land compensation and had given that land to those particular persons. But what we cannot forget too, it's again, and I say it over and over again, is that now under this administration, the permits were given, and that area there is quite sensitive. Even we cannot stop anyone from developing their property if it's privately owned now, but the density, to me, that is the first problem I would have with it. And the property borderlines, one of a sensitive area or part of the Holchan Marine Reserve.
Mhm.
I believe it's called Zone F. And how would you be barging in the materials if those are shallow waters? You'd have to do some sort of dredging.
Hmm.
across the channel.
Yeah, because it's shallow, very
and,
shallow.
and that lagoon area, like I said, it's part of the whole John Marine Reserve, part of the protected area. So those things should have probably been considered, man.
I love that.
And
That's why I asked you, Senator. You mentioned doing things different because what was done in the past by previous administrations, I mean, you can clearly see when they did good and when they did wrong. I mean, it happens on both political parties. There are things that were done that we have to applaud, and there are things that are done and decisions taken that we don't agree with. And you mentioned that you would do things different. And nowadays, Senator, people, they actually hold you for that, for what you say. Because it's easy to go back and type and bring back your conversation, what you say.
this is what I was gonna say before this last caller
Mhm.
called. Is that one of the main things that I plan to do is to hold public consultation.
Okay.
We will decide together.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Aiden.
Good morning.
I'm here listening to the conversation with Senator Satina, no? He has been talking about the minister hasn't been, oh, he has to, he's been talking about the minister not doing anything for this island, no? And I'd like to make one point clear. This PUP administration has done a lot for this community. First of all, look at the hospital that you were, the past UDP administration was in. They always talking about building a hospital, and nothing was done. How many times they broke ground? If you take a look now today, you go by Victoria House, you're going to see how far that hospital is. And by the end of this year, that hospital will be completed. Look at the street. Look at the streets here on the island, talking about San Pedrito, San Pablo, San Marcos, DFC, Escalante, San Mateo. Look how those areas were first. Now look at the difference. This town council has made the lives of our people here on the island much, much better. Look at the artisan that they did that along with BTB. They built that artisans to back there by Sakachispa. Look at the road that's starting to be built from Secret Beach, with also collaboration with BTB. That's coming all the way to by the gas station, by Mr. Pedro Salazar gas station. Look at the Marina Road. Look at the road going down south. And you're telling me that they're not doing anything? Right now, they're doing a beach reclamation by Boca del Rio Park, which will go all the way up to by La Palapa. And you're telling me they're not doing anything? Also, we have problem with the sargassum. The sargassum is nature. We cannot drift away from that. And we are dealing with the problem with the sargassum and thing. And yet you are clamoring that we're not doing anything. You need to open your eyes and start realizing what this administration has done. That's just my 2 cents. And I could go on talking and talking.
Thank you.
2 cent thing.
All right.
Appreciate the call.
Your response, Senator?
I respect what the caller said. We cannot shy away that the PUP has done some work, but at what cost? Let's talk, for example, he talked about the hospital. How is it that you went through $33 million and now you're saying, the Prime Minister is saying that it's now looking like it's over budget. We have to reassess it and see where the money is going to come from, where it's going to come from Taiwan, or whether it's the government of Belize. The people would have to put more money into it. But the area representatives say, no, man, money that's not the problem. They're finding workers, human resources. Under the UDP, and we can go back and forth on this. That's why I say both administration have done work. I'm not going to shy away. But what I'm saying, at what expense? Under the UDP, they talk about this thing about the UDP didn't do anything for 13 years. This thing about paving the way forward, or whatever they want to call it, it started under whose administration? Madame Mia Elsa Paz in town with proper drainage. And it continued under the former mayor, Daniel Guerrero. Paving all the way through Belizean Shores, all the way through Mahogany Bay. Mind you, that today now, as we can continue to expect, the island has grown. These different areas now have become more populated, and it is only right that these areas now begin to have their roads paved. Talk about the bridge. The bridge was built under the UDP. At that time, it was perfect because we only had golf carts, bicycle. With time, now with all these trucks that are crossing, you now have a two-lane bridge. You see? And let's
Go ahead.
Talk about hospital. We have a polyclinic under this administration has been left abandoned. The issue is not the building. The issue is the resources. We have a football stadium. We have two actually. The Sylvester Sporting Complex, and then we have the Ambergris Stadium, built under the United Democratic Party administration. And then when the PUP took office, I'm pretty sure that the UDP did not left a $30-something million municipal debt. The bond they floated $28 million. That's not a little bit of money, you know. Under the United Democratic Party, when those roads were being paved, because it was never the way they do things right now. And the UDP never left an incomplete project. So we have to see how this hospital will end up finishing. At what cost, at what expense to the Belizean people.
Yeah, we could, as you rightly said, we could discuss, we could go back
and at Bocadero Park, remember it was built under the UVP administration as well. Now they're doing their job, they're fixing, rehabilitating it, or whatever you want to call it. But it was never, none of the project that has happened has been completely new to say.
You know what I like about elections coming around, Senator, is, all the issues will be coming out, we talk about it, we discuss it, but what is important and the electorates they're waiting for is what you propose, what will be the plan for 2027 to 2030. Some present their plan of action, some present manifestos, and I'm pretty much sure that that is something that you will be working on along with your team as to what will be the plan for the new town council.
We do have a manifesto already on some of the things that we can obviously see, and then we plan to also revisit that after 3 months of canvassing.
Oh yeah, so you could make adjustments to it, right? I mean, depending on what the electorate wants. I mean, you go there and meeting the electorate, you could have programs where people call in and will let you know, and will tell you this is what I would love to see done for the island. And sometimes those are small things, sometimes those are big projects that you have to look at. But a lot of times, it's small things that people ask for, beautification, timely pickup of garbage, things like that. Those are doable, Senator. But it's working along with the community as well.
Definitely.
Very good. Um, I know that it's past 8 o'clock already. We started a little bit late because of the hiccup that we had with the internet. Dan was working on it. We got it up and running. Senator, is there anything that you would add this morning before we wrap up the program?
Yes. First off, as you know, the high school will be, the Fort Farmers will be graduating.
Yes, I think tomorrow is what, prom?
Tomorrow is, yes, Saturday is prom.
And then next week is graduation,
Next
right?
week, Saturday, is their graduation.
Mhm.
So I just want to congratulate them on their achievement. And, man, anything and everything you want, you can accomplish. Just be consistent, hardworking, and always strive to be the best. Always.
Yes.
Also, I just wanted to thank you for having me. I know that the politics talk is a tough one to have. I personally, I say I don't take it personally. I respect
Yes.
people's view. I can accept that we don't necessarily have to agree. But
And
I
it's
am-
always good to have a discussion, about the issues and so forth.
To me, it's that. That is what I appreciate. That
Yeah.
people are invested and they care about what is happening in the island.
Mhm.
That they want to give, how the caller said, 2 cents.
Mhm.
So I appreciate that, man. And again, thank you for having me. And those who watch us, thank you for tuning in.
Like I said, Senator, we have a good communication. We when you were appointed senator, I was very happy. I applauded those that appointment. Any appointment that comes from San Pedro is good, and you have done an excellent job at the senator level. You've been one of the strong persons um, standing side by side with the leader of the opposition, and you know that we need a strong opposition.
Yes.
In any healthy democracy, that is a must. And you've played a very important role within the leadership of the United Democratic Party. And you stepped up to take the caretaker responsibility of the third biggest constituency in the country. I made a little call the other day to Dan because we had a conversation about the number of voters in Belize World South. And I told Dan that by March next year, we should be the biggest constituency in Belize. We're only like 200 away from Belmopan and 400 away from Stan Creek West. And we're getting there. And you will have on your shoulders a big constituency.
Well, apparently there's this thing, the redistricting, that should be happening very soon.
It not happened before the town council, though.
No, but I mean before the general election.
And
It's
I-
so here.
Yes, and that will be another conversation for us here on the table. How they want to split up Belize Rural South? How will they split Belize
That
Rural
would be
South? Well, I've
interesting.
heard a lot of things.
I've heard two scenarios. Two scenarios I've heard, but
Yeah.
we will see how that plays out.
I'll
I just
we'll leave it there, right?
Yes, I want to also thank my team
Yes.
and those councillor candidates. Hopefully, we can get them here. In
They
due
will give
course.
them the opportunity to present all, whether it is my good friend Abner Bakab running independent, whether it is the United Democratic Party, whether it's Wally's team, whether it's Tino. I know I hear a lot of things about my good friend Tino Tzol as well. We'll give them the opportunity to be able to present their plan of action to the community of San Pedro. Let the
Perfect.
people decide.
Yes, of course.
Senator, thank you much.
Thank
you
you
much, all right,
as well.
for being with us, and thank you much to our viewers, our listeners. We take this opportunity to invite you for Monday's edition of Good Morning San Pedro. Until then, you do take care.
San Pedro Truck Service. You call, we deliver. Of all necessities, water is of the most importance. And we all know living in the remote areas of the island requires special attention. Let the professionals at San Pedro Truck Service assist you. Their services include delivery of water for construction use, as well as potable drinking water, yard cleaning and clearing, freight service, professional septic cleaning. San Pedro Truck Service. Telephone 630-2940. Email cesarsurfa26@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. San Pedro Truck Service. You call, we deliver.
Welcome to Spice Pharmacy and Cosmetics, your pharmacy with a little bit of everything. From proteins and natural multivitamins by Alpha Products to keep you on track